Okay, so this is part two, and this is the fifth time I'm trying to do part two. And you might hear me say what I meant to say, what I would like to say, or let me correct that, or thank God I didn't finish that sentence. Because whoever these wizards and sorcerers are who place devices in human beings while they're infants in the NICU unit without consent have learned or studied, because wizardry and sorcery is connected to science and technology to some degree now. So they have studied the brain and communication to override it with their devices. So please be gracious to me to hear me out. Um, and so basically, part one ended on the note of these the Lodestone Academy, and I was in Orlando for about 2 weeks. They didn't help me to get my stuff out of the classroom. I believe they were upset that the owner, the female owner of the school they took over, um, took out all the stuff. So, yep, and I guess they don't want me to do this video because now Mrs. Pam Bondi um, would hear all of this, right? But anyway, so they were it seems as though like Jamal was upset that the lady took out, the former owner took out all the like the computers, whatever, like trampoline and whatever educational things were there and stuff like that was there. And I guess they felt like when they took over the school that they would take over everything in there and then just start their school and no problems. So I guess they were mad. So by the time I got there, because I went back to South Florida once, to some degree after they shut the school down, and I came back up, and I heard they were hiring. But from the interview I shared in part one, that I the Holy Spirit was with me, and I was able to discern that I'm not gonna like working for these people. And you can see some reviews about workers who work for them and how unhappy they were or are or whatever. So I'm glad I did not work for them, these men. But anyway, I wouldn't be surprised if they weren't eavesdropping on me via technology to stop me from getting my things, or try to monitor my steps or whatever. I wouldn't be surprised. um so I wasn't able to get my stuff from them, and I eventually had to leave. And I came back to South Florida in March of 2017. And then that um one of the things that I try to do is like reach out to Legal Shield to be able to reach out to them to help me get my stuff. So they sent a letter. The school responded by bringing, or the staff responded by bringing a box with just some desk supplies that I had, like markers, a stapler, stuff like that. But let me say it like this. When I opened the box, I started to feel like I couldn't breathe, and I believe I was coughing. And my mom told me to put the box outside. I don't know what gas they were able to stuff in there and tape it up. But these men, considering wizardry and sorcery is a thing in the USA, um, and some men, if you heard my story and the sanctification adultery and marriage teacher for Western world young people and USA series, you would know that, the deputy officer had bacteria. And so some of these men are running around with bacteria in the USA. So science and technology, whatever. So anyway, and one of the things while saying this or doing this video, the wizard or whoever it is on the devices said they'll finish her, or they finish her. But God is the author and finisher of my faith. And so with that in mind, um, they put something in the box, or somebody put something in the box, and I use the conjunction or because I'm not about accusing anyone wrongfully. And so basically that's what I experienced. Um, and so basically, um, fast forward, I in 2019 experienced, it's saying my phone storage is almost full, and it shouldn't be saying that. So one of the things that I experienced is that I went to New York in, I think, June of 2000.